We have Kiran Singhania with us, who is studying her BMS from Sukhdev College of Business Studies, which is one of the reputed colleges in Delhi University for BBA, BMS, and Bachelor of Business Economics. And to get into this college, one has to be really very, very high on ranking, and that is how one can get into this college. So I'm sure Kiran is the right person to be guiding us about UJAT, how to prepare, and what's the format of the question paper. But before that, it is important that we welcome Kiran to our channel. So, welcome to Education View 360, Kiran.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the very flattering introduction.
So, Kiran, please tell our students, first of all, what's the format of the question paper, how many parts it's divided into, and then we move on to the strategy for preparing for this exam.
Sure. So I will just brief about the exam pattern and everything. So it is usually like the time when I gave, that was 2020. It was an examination of 400 marks, and it was an examination of 2 hours. So the paper was divided into four subsections. That is the number one being quantitative ability. So this section includes topics like ratios, percentage, geometry, etc. And this is a section which requires a lot of practice. So you need to constantly practice sums, and you need to get a hold of it before 5 to 6 months of the exam actually begins. So now coming back to the second section, that is logical reasoning. So this section consists questions from the topics like series, arrangements, and coding. And this is a very easy and a very interesting section. So this is a section that will provide you the maximum marks. And the third section is English. So again, this is subdivided into comprehension, vocabulary, and grammar. The fourth section is general awareness. So for DUJAT examination, the questions in general awareness section is mostly related to business. So you will get a question like, who is the CEO of this company? What is the recent merger and acquisition? And what is the tagline of a particular company? So these are the questions that they ask in general awareness. Again, this is not specific that they will be asking you questions related to business only. They can ask you questions related to current affairs from various fields like sports and actor, Bollywood, anything they can ask, but mostly they ask related to business. For this section, it's very important for you to constantly read newspapers daily. Make a habit of it so that you can score good in this section.
Yes, I do agree with you because it's not that you can acquire all the general knowledge or general awareness in one point in time. It has to be done over a period of time. Right, Kiran, tell me one thing. Now, to get into Shaheed Sukhdev College of Business Studies, I'm sure you must be high on the All India Merit ranking. So, when they make the ranking, is it mandatory to clear every section of the exam that you mentioned, four exams or four sections? Or is it the overall ranking that one needs to get higher into without clearing a particular section?
So it depends. Actually, to get into CBS, the score must be above 330. So that's the score that is required. So it's obviously not possible for you to score that well if you are skipping a section totally. So that's not possible at all. So you have to score well in all the sections.
Right. So, students, the very important message for you is that you cannot be neglecting one part of your preparation and focusing only on certain part. You have to be equally good with your language. You have to be good with your logical reasoning, general awareness, as well as your numbers. So that's the message which is coming across. Now, Kiran, moving on to our next question, please guide our students how to prepare. If you can make some recommendation in terms of book or strategies, that would be great.
So, personally, I took coaching from Pratham Test Prep. So all the material that I refer to was provided with from them. And but you can obviously refer to other books, like there's R.S. Agarwal for mathematics, obviously, and there's a book called Word Power Made Easy for English that usually people refer to at my time. But those are the additional books that you can refer to. But I would suggest that you get yourself enrolled in a coaching institute, because that makes the process a lot more easier for you, because they have a learning of how the questions are asked in the previous years. And the mocks, that's the most important thing for this examination, is provided by the coaching institute only. So you can like you have to give mocks anyhow. And I gave around 20 to 25 mocks for DUJAT, and I also appeared for IPMAT and NPAT. So a total of, I guess, 45 to 50 mocks. And analyzing those mocks is also very important. So once you give the mocks, it's very important that you sit down and analyze the mock after that, and see what are the particular questions that were wrong, and which are the topics that were there. So you sit and then revise that particular topics and see again that have you improved or not. And that's how you like build the right score that you want to get.
Right, Kiran. So thanks for that insight. Kiran, also please tell me that how intense is the preparation for DUJAT? Say if I keep the yardstick preparation of yardstick to be something similar to preparation for JE mains or JE advanced, is it as intense or one can take it little easy? Or how many hours of daily preparation were you putting into when you were preparing for DUJAT?
So it's not that hard like G mains or G advanced. But yeah, it's not that easy as well. The syllabus is a lot, and because we haven't yet studied the subjects that are there in this examination in 11th or 12th, so it's very new for a student to get a hold of these particular subjects. And like for cons, like we do have studied ratios and percentages in class 8 and 7 probably, but the questions that appear in this particular examination are completely different from the questions that we solved in those particular classes. So you need to practice, and I would suggest that this examination is usually held in the month of June or July. So if a person hasn't yet started preparing, so this is the very right time to start preparing, because this requires 4 to 5 months of preparation. In my year, that was 2020, the examination got delayed because of COVID-19. So it was conducted in September. But this won't happen this time. So start preparing now, and solve questions of cons regularly, read newspaper regularly. I also downloaded some applications for current affairs in my mobile phone, so that helped me a lot. And also I scanned through various websites for general awareness, because that was a weak section for me. So I like put on a lot of effort in that section. So and the section is actually very scoring if you get the questions right. So that doesn't require time to just stick on the right answer if you know it. And for cons, it's solving them, so it requires a lot of time. So if you know general awareness questions, it becomes very easy for you to score good.
Yes, definitely. I do agree with you there. That's great. That's very important information that you've given to our students, Kiran. So thank you so much for your time and all the insights. I'm sure students now it's going to be making it more clear to you that what sort of college you are looking at and what sort of hard work you have to put in to get in there. So stay tuned and keep sharing and liking the video for the benefit of other students also. Thank you, Kiran. Thanks so much.
Thank you, ma'am, and all the very best to all the DUCHET aspirants for 2022.